I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. From the smallest task to the most difficult decision, God grant me the strength to fulfill my assignment.
In the midst of all things, in all seasons, I remember God said, I know the plans I have for you. Plans for good, not for evil.
Lord, I trust you to extract purpose from my trials, triumphs, and every ordinary or overlooked occurrence in between. You are faithful to cause all things to work together for my good and your glory.
Good morning, ladies. I saw this and it made me think about my favorite, Jeremiah 29:11, and for I know the plans I have for you. And it made me think about how often we ask God for whatever the thing is, to meet us in our emotions, to give us the opportunity for a new job, help us with the situation with our spouse, send us our spouse, help us with our kids, show up financially, whatever it may be. And God starts doing just that. And it doesn't look like how we thought it would look. We just want him to come in like Superman and boom, it's done. And he starts to give pieces. He starts to show up and we look at it like we're settling or we're having to settle for what we ask God for. But do you realize God is probably saying, I opened the door. I already did the thing because I'm building the house. But we want the door, the stairwell, the mansion, but the foundation hadn't settled. And so God is saying, I'm already building the house. And the pieces you see that I'm giving you, they don't look like what you imagine, but I'm setting the foundation so that I can build the house. I'm all things work together. I'm putting the pieces together. A house has to be built, and it's built by pieces so that it can have a strong structure. And so, whatever that thing is, whatever we've been praying, waiting, just remember the house wasn't built overnight. And sometimes, even when you're building a house or house shopping, the house, your dream house that you thought was your dream house or how you thought it was going to play out, you go look at and it ain't the house that you thought you'd be in. It's completely polar opposite than what you thought it would look like, but you're in love. And so, whatever your prayer is right now, whatever you're believing in God to do in your families, in you as an individual, in your relationships, whatever it is, just remember He's working, but He's building the house. He's not just opening a door, He's building the house.
Good morning. Ooh, child. That was a whole entire word. And as you were speaking, I heard two things in my spirit. Thing number one is I am a living testimony because Lord knows that is my life. My life looks nothing like I planned for it to. But I have so much gratitude, so much joy and fulfillment in my right now while waiting for things to come to pass. I am so grateful. And then the other part was rejoice over the foundation. The foundation is evidence of God's faithfulness. The foundation, if we're able to lay a foundation, that means we own the territory. We went in and we possessed the land. We seized what God said we could have. So it doesn't matter that the walls aren't up or the door isn't here or the windows aren't in. There is no roof. The foundation has been laid. The foundation is settling. And that could happen because we didn't settle for less than what God said. That is a whole word on this morning. Yeah. Thank you for your obedience.
Good morning, ladies. God is just so good. Despite all the things that are going on around us, we can just bask in knowing that God is in control. That was very timely this morning. I was listening as I was walking on the treadmill, and multiple thoughts came to my mind. I don't know, and this wellness journey is just so symbolic of how God works in our lives. Like, just thinking about exercising and you're building your strength, building the body you want, building the endurance, building these things to optimize our temple that God has blessed us with. Like, I couldn't do, maybe, I remember working out in Murfreesboro with a trainer, and to do 10 push-ups was very challenging for me. And now it's easy. It's like that's my foundation was built 10 years ago for what my body can do now. And just keeping showing up and believing that. Sorry, my mother called. It interrupted my whole testimony this morning. I'm just kidding. But she kind of further confirmed what I was saying about our building our body. She was leaving physical therapy this morning, as she is embarking on her wellness journey to better take care of herself. And she was saying that the therapist was telling her pretty much she just needs to build her foundation, building up her strength. She doesn't have to have knee replacement surgery at this time, because she's starting to do the work. The weight is coming off. She has the right team around her, and just all of these provisions to lay that foundation for her to rebuild her knee and her own strength through her strength training, through maybe doing some of the injection shots, which is way less invasive than a surgery, and just continuing to show up for herself and doing the work. And I think that's just exactly how God works, is one thing after another, one brick, one thing, and we just keep building on that. The other thing that came to my mind was writing the vision and making it plain. We've built 3 houses, and I will tell you that process is so, it brings so many different emotions. It's anxiety, it's happiness, it's joy, it's frustration, it's all of these things as they're going through the building process. And very similar to life, and how God works in our lives, is being patient and honoring the process as we go through it is critical. As we've built our houses. We built this house, almost the house we're in now. As you know, we built it during COVID. So this really was our field trip. This was our joy, our thing to do to get out of the house because everything was shut down. The foundation was already built. The beams and the frame of the house was already done when we started the building process. But we came in at the exact right time. We had a list of things that we wanted in our home. We had it written down. We wrote the vision and made it clear what we were looking for: a corner lot, 3 bedrooms, uh, space for the girls to grow in so they can have their own rooms, and just a list of things. And as the realtor was telling us about this house, it's already started. It was everything on our list that we had written down. And it's like God will give you the desires of your heart. Well, what He desires of is in our heart. We want the things that He wants. And as we see it come to life, we're just so, so grateful. And as we were leaving out this morning, James was like, we have a beautiful home, and we honor this home, and we love this home.
And it came at the exact right time, at the right place, everything was just right. So we know that is how we were in the will of God as we made this move. So thanks for that this morning. Hope you all have a good day, a blessed day, and I know I'll be talking to you soon.